Hey guys, hope you're feeling well and energetic because today is your fitness session for the week. So this is session 1 or tutorial 1, week 3. Alright, so you got to bring your A game to this. Remember, it's up to you to motivate yourself for your football session because it largely comes down to just you and the ball trying to bring your heart rate right up. So again, with the football fitness, this is for all levels. It's up to you to change or manipulate the different ways that you move that ball within this session, all right, that suits you. The key that we're looking for again though is many touches on the ball as well as raising our heart rate right up. Okay, so again, I'm going to use my phone today. I'm going to be going the same as last week, 15 seconds, but today I don't have any cones laid out here on the grass. All I'm going to be doing is working on turns. So 15 seconds, try and get as many turns, not as many turns as you can, but try and get 4 or 5 good turns in for 15 seconds. All right, you're going 15-second stints. And you're trying to also incorporate, depending on how big your backyard is or the space that you have available, trying to incorporate some running with the ball. So everything, try and do at a nice pace, heart rate right up, and we're incorporating turns. Beginners, I would like to show you some turns that I want you to work on, and that's just with the studs of your feet to begin with. So it'll look like this for beginners, your turns. We're running with the ball or dribbling. Remember, trying to get our heart rate up, and we're putting our foot on the ball. Hop, stop, take the ball again. So again, slow, dribbling or running with the ball. Hop, stop, take. So when we stop that ball, we're hopping. After we hop, we're either looking to take the ball again with the outside of our foot or the inside. And I want you to keep repeating that for 15 seconds. Advanced players, you can either do Cruyff, chop with the inside, chop with the outside, step over, whatever you like. Whatever's in your repertoire of turns, do it, top pace, let's go. Beginners, here we go, 15 seconds, good. Okay, so there's 18 seconds. You can go a little bit longer if you like. Try and hit that 15-second mark. Again, stopping the ball, taking with the outside, taking with the inside. Make sure you practice left and right. Have your rest. Again, if you're finding it easy, drop that recovery period down. So for the beginning, 15 seconds on, have a minute off. If it's too easy, go 45 seconds off, and just keep reducing that until you get the heart rate right up. So advanced players, what we're looking for in here now is the whole range of turns, step overs, chops, cuts, Cruyff, whatever you can think of, bring it in here, high tempo, okay? The key for both beginners and advanced in this exercise here is imagination. You're by yourself, you've got to imagine something to give you that instinct to turn. So in here now, I want you to think, the defender's coming, he's just about to catch up, bang, I chop. He's catching up, he's right behind me, chop left. He's coming around the other side, bang, I'm gonna Cruyff right. Whatever, you need to use your imagination, bring your heart rate up, good tempo, let's do this, all right? Advanced, this is what it's gonna look like. Get my camera ready, and my stopwatch, I should say. 15 seconds, okay? We wanna bring everything into this exercise, all right? So, let's go. Okay, getting ahead of myself a little bit there. That's 22 seconds. If you feel like you're in the zone and you want to push yourself, go a bit longer, okay? Be mindful of your recovery. If you need a bit longer, take a bit longer. If you really want to push yourself, drop it down, like I said last week. Bring in your full range of ball mastery, trickery turns, imagination, and smash out this football fitness session. So for the beginners, we're going to be again working on plenty of touches here while we're trying to work on that football fitness. So it's really making sure again you're, as much as you can, trying to bring your heart rate right up. So that means that you've got to try and do everything quicker. All right, that's the whole key for these sessions that we're doing. So not only do you need to concentrate on the technique, but you need to really concentrate on getting that heart rate right up. So for the beginners, start with something again that you're able to perform well, okay, while you're really doing it at a good speed, okay? So the first thing I would suggest for you guys is just inside and outside of the feet, inside of the feet with both feet, left and right. And we're just going to be dribbling through the cones, both feet inside, 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 inside. When we get to the end, we're going to be dragging that ball backwards as we return to the start, okay? I'll go through it slowly, then I will go through again at a decent speed, and I'll want you to repeat this 3 times, okay? 3 times for 5 sets, all right? So that should be, on my calculations, 15 times that you're going up and back all together. So this is what it will look like, beginners. Again, concentrate, technique, inside of the feet. So inside, 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 inside. And we're moving backwards now. Once we get to the top, dragging the ball back with our studs. So, yeah. So we're just bringing the ball back with our studs. Obviously you guys are going to be doing this a lot quicker, and you're going to be doing it 3 times, okay? I'm going to show you what it looks like, then you've got to really implement it and push yourself to get that heart rate up, okay? So this is what it looks like. I'll go through twice, but at least you have an idea of what you've got to do. You guys will be going through 3 times. Let's have a look. All right. Okay, so that's what the skill looks like. I only went through twice, but again, I can feel my legs burning a little bit, heart rate starting to get up. You can see that it's okay to make mistakes in there because you are tired, you are getting fatigued. And remember what I was asking you to do in the Zoom meeting that we had. You have to try and be able to perform these ball mastery techniques under fatigue. So if you make a mistake, not a problem. It's not so much about the perfect technique in here. It's about trying to do it well when you're tired. Advanced players, you're going to be working on a different technique. You're going to be using left and right. I'm going to be using the V drag, so dragging it back, pushing it forward with the inside of my right foot. Remember to work both left and right, and I'll also add in another skill that you can use while you're trying to get that football fitness in. All right, so I will go through this one straight away at a good pace. You guys, when you're coming back with the ball, you're bringing the ball back side to side. I'll show you what it looks like when I return from the top cone. Okay, so again, top speed. Technique, make sure, of course, is very important that it's good. Okay, maintain that technique. But key again, heart rate right up. Okay, you'll be going for 3 times. Up, back, up, back, up, back. That's 1. You're doing 5 sets. All right, so let's have a look. I'll go through 3 times. I might as well do it. Good for my own fitness. Let's do it. Here we go. starting to burn, it's good. Again, I'm going to okay, so again, you can start to see by the time you hit the third one, technique is starting to disappear a little bit and legs are starting to get fatigued, but this is where it counts. This is the whole idea. Heart rate right up, performing the technique while you're under a bit of fatigue and pressure. Perfect, all right? Give it a go. Right, so with everything that we're trying to do, whether it's the ball mastery sessions or the football fitness sessions, everything we're doing, remember, you've got to try and somehow bring it back to a game. So I love when players say to me, hey coach, hey Zenon, why are we doing that? Well, that doesn't really make sense to me. That's great because it shows that you're trying to learn or trying to see how we're trying to implement it into a game, all right, which is very, very important. So if you have questions, make sure you ask. Never be afraid to ask a question. This exercise here in particular is important for when we jump for a header, possibly, when we're passing on one foot, when we're hopping sometimes. So I'll explain to you what we're trying to get out of this exercise here. We're going to incorporate the ball as well, okay, we need that. And I want you to try at home, and if you don't get it straight away, just make it work for you, all right? But there's some key things in here that I really want you to consider and think about when you're doing this this exercise. The first one is, I want you to think, ask yourself the question, if I'm going to jump up for a header, how am I leaving the ground? And what I mean by that is, how are you jumping from here in the air to head the ball? And I see a lot of young players that stand, first of all, flat-footed. So remember, we always want to be in the habit of being on our toes, so we're always alive, ready for anything. And I want you to think about, how am I going to get the most air time? So think of yourself as a basketball. Very difficult to be able to run and get air time if you leap off both feet. So what I mean by that is, if you do this, so it probably even looks a little bit funny as well, but a lot of players do that. They run and they plant both feet and then jump. So I want you to think about long jumpers, high jumpers. You're always leaping off one foot. For some of you, of course, you do it naturally, but for a lot, you don't. So I want you to look at this and think about it. So now when we're running to leap, we're off one foot and we're getting a lot higher. Again, running, leaping. So we're leaping off left, leaping off right. The same thing can be said when we land. So you don't want to jump up in the air and land with 2 feet. Okay? And of course, it may depend on the game of what you're trying to do. So what I want you to think about in this exercise here is that when we jump over these cones, we're landing on one leg and then taking off. So that replicates movements that we find in the game. So we're jumping and moving. We've gone up for a header, jump, and we're moving. So we're hitting the ground and moving straight away. So think about it. I'll do it slowly to begin with. If you've got little witches' hats that are a bit higher, even better. But all we're going to do, nice and quick, is take 4 steps in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm jumping that way, my left leg goes first. I'm pretending I'm jumping over something. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right leg. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left leg. There. So we're moving up and across. Up and across. Okay? That's the first part. Then we're going to all try it together into this exercise. Now, once you do those steps in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, jumping over, as soon as we land, we're taking the ball. And here I want you to use outside of the foot, inside of the foot, whatever you like. Here, nice and quick, bump. Turn, stop the ball. Here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, take. Stop the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, take. Nice and quick, stop the ball here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, take. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, take it. Go a little bit quicker now. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, up. Last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, over. And rest in there. So for this exercise here, we'll say that you have to go 3 times with this ball, so dribbling around that cone 3 times, dribbling around this cone 3 times, so right and left, good pace. That's 6 dribbles altogether. Repeat for 5 times, okay? So that's all levels. Again, advanced players, if you have to stretch those markers out a little bit further to bring that heart rate up a bit more, then stretch them out, depending on how much room you've got. If you don't have enough room, instead of doing 4 little footsteps in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bang, then we're over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bang, you're over. So you've got to come up with different ways or manipulate the exercise to get the best out of yourself, all right? Again, take your responsibility for that. There's no right or wrong in here. I just want the ball and I want your heart rate up, okay? So that's for beginners and advanced. Try them all. In total, for these 3 exercises, we're doing 5 for the first one, 5 sets, 5 for the second, and we're doing 6 in here, 6 dribbles for 5 sets. Have a good rest in between exercises. This session here should probably take you to about 30 minutes, all right? If it takes a little bit longer, no problem. You want more recovery in between, no problem. If it takes a little bit less, because you've got less recovery, also great. Do it that suits you, all right? Really important. Right, so try and finish with the top tip of the day. Top tip for me today is that, or top news that I heard was that today they're going to announce potential reopening of the community again. So that means we're back able to play football, community sport, which is unbelievable, all right? So again, my question or my tip or anything that I can give you is, how do you want to come back to your sport and play? You want to be fit, you want to be sharp, touches on the ball, so you haven't lost all that hard work you've put in before. Get out, let's do this, let's get football fit, guys, come on. Okay, so we've had a request from one of the academy players about something that they can reward themselves with after a session. So I had sometimes a Powerade for me when I was a kid, but you know, you've also got your skills or your tricks or your street moves that you can do after your session. Once you concentrate on all the fundamentals and you punch them out, then you can muck around in the back garden for another half an hour, 45 minutes, just practicing the little tricks and flicks that are also, as I said, fun to do. Now, I've got one that I'd like to show you, and I learnt this when I was living in Italy at 17. I was at a football school there, and while I was at that school, I met and played with a player by the name of Amaury. Now, who's from Brazil, went on to play for Chievo Verona in the Serie A, also played for Juventus, so became quite a big player in Italy, and also from our times at this boarding school together. So he taught me this little flick it was, so it's a shin and foot in very quick succession, and it's a great little move to get away from someone. It's very out of the box. It's not something that's done often, but if you ever find yourself in a position where you can try it, again, try it, give it a whirl. All right, so I'll try this now. Hopefully it doesn't hit me in the nose like it used to all the time, but again, just something you get the feel of and see how you go. Great little move to practice.